Hi, I'm Sam, and I'm here with my photojournalist brother Rod, and we're in the Texas Medical Center. Methodist and Memorial Hermann hospitals are behind us here. Memorial Hermann Park and the Episcopal Church are across the street from us. This is Easter Sunday 2020. We're right in the midst of the worst pandemic that the U.S. has seen in over 100 years, and we are in the epicenter of the medical center. If you have money, this probably would be the last place that you're going to stop, is here at the medical center. If you don't have money, you're going to suffer, and you're going to die in your home, you're going to die on the street. And I wonder what's happening with these people that are on the street, that are carriers and that are suffering and are going to die without anybody knowing. At least here, if you have insurance, you're at the best medical center in the world. Across the street from me, Hermann Park is empty, which usually on an Easter Sunday it would be packed. The Episcopal Church across the street, instead of having services today, everybody did it online, and the churches are empty, the parks are empty, but the hospitals are full. We also are seeing a disproportionate amount of minorities who have contracted the coronavirus. It's pretty understandable how that happened, in close quarters. Okay. And so the Hispanics, the African Americans, the minorities are not, they don't have access to this kind of medical care. They're all holed up in these small rooms with lots of people in them, and the virus is easily transmitted. So there has been a proportionate number of Hispanics and blacks who have contracted the virus. The curve here in Houston hasn't even reached the top of it yet. It probably won't reach it for another 6 to 8 weeks. Worldwide, let's see, I had the statistic here. Worldwide, the amount of cases are in the hundreds of thousands, and the deaths are in the thousands. So we haven't even reached the apex of the curve globally or locally. And I think by the time in September, by the time the summer comes through, that the cases are going to get much worse, and the deaths are going to rise much higher. It's really pretty depressing when you think about it. What's going to happen when workers in the food processing areas don't want to go to work because they fear for their life, and then there's a food shortage? When the ranchers and farmers don't want to tend to their crops because they don't want to risk contracting disease. I did see somewhere in Florida last week where there was food that was just rotting because there was nobody there to harvest it, rotting in the fields. The impact of this is yet to be felt. We're just now at the beginning of this, and it's going to get much worse. Wait till the summer when there's hot. When it's hot out, there's going to be civil disobedience, civil unrest. So I guess we should pause. There's a parade going on. kind of interesting. Right there, right there, right there. Kind of an impromptu little, I guess, support of the coronavirus for the medical people, medical workers. What do you think? It's like when they read on Apocalypse Now about the Manson family as a protest to the Vietnam War, or whatever Chef says. Are you recording?
I'm recording.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
So anyway, we're still down here in the medical center. I mean, seriously, what's going to happen when it's 100 degrees outside? The food supply has been dwindling because nobody is doing the harvest. Nobody's slaughtering cattle. Nobody's processing canned beans. So it's going to be really bad once this global pandemic really affects us in our food source. Not to mention, what it's going to do to us medically, how many people are going to perish because of this, how many people are going to die. There's going to be quite a bit of worldwide. I don't have the numbers in front of me right now, but in the hundreds of thousands worldwide, in the thousands confirmed cases, and in the thousands of deaths. And we are in April now, and we first started hearing about this back in January. Talking about foods, and the HEB company that's based out of San Antonio has been very proactive in the response to this pandemic. They heard about it back in December from their Chinese vendors, and they've been very proactive with their European vendors and their Asian vendors in getting stuff procured and in the Texas warehouses, so HEB would be prepared for this. There's been a lot of New York Times, Vice News reports that the White House should have taken the lead from the HEB response, and that the administration, the Trump administration, should have taken the advice of HEB on how to deal with this. Which is really hats off to HEB. HEB's just done such a great job in their response. There was a run on toilet paper, and they knew that was gonna. They didn't see that happening as what people were gonna make a run on, but they did make a run on toilet paper there at the beginning, and of course water and toilet paper and everything else that everybody needs. But I really have to hand it to Charles Butt and his crew of. His leadership that HEB has demonstrated during this crisis. Let's do that. Okay, we're going to break again because here comes a parade again. guys, so this is a parade honoring the medical workers. You know, you've seen every place, you know, all the buildings and stadiums and stuff that have been lit up in blue to honor the medical workers, the police, and everybody that's been handling this response. So if you like this video, Rod Rodriguez Productions, RXR, he's an aspiring filmmaker, and I think he's going to do well.